Okay, so just like the last 2 weeks, our class is going to be in seated because it's our hand and dexterity class. So there's no standing in this class. If you can sit in a chair without arms, it would be ideally better. Just because as we start moving, you don't want to be hitting your arm on your chair. But of course, if you only have a chair with arms, that's fine as well. Just be a little bit mindful of where you are moving your arms, just so you don't hurt yourself in the class. So we're going to start by sitting forward a little bit in our chair, feet flat on the floor if you can, and we're going to be sitting up nice and tall. So remember we talked before about how your posture is really important, even though we're doing most of the exercise for our hand. But actually, if you're in a scrunched up posture, your shoulders are hunched forward, you're going to not really have much movement in the shoulders, and therefore your elbows are affected, your wrist, your hand can be affected as well. So it's really important that we sit up nice and tall, and we try to maintain a good posture during the whole class. Okay, so we're sitting up nice and tall, thinking about reaching up the crown of the head to the ceiling, shoulders down. We're going to start with a bit of a warm up. We're going to roll our shoulders back in a circle. So you're just rolling the shoulders in a circle in a backwards movement. Not doing it quick, you're just doing it at a comfortable pace. We just want to start warming up the shoulder girdles a little bit. Good. See if you can make the movement a little bit bigger each time. Good. And from here, we're going to add in our elbows, doing circles with the elbows. And remember, if your shoulders are giving you a little bit of issues and you're having pain in the shoulders and you can't lift them up very high, that's okay. Don't worry. You don't need to be lifting them this high. You can just keep them a little bit further below. Just do a range that you're comfortable with. You're thinking about drawing circles with your elbows. Good. Okay. And then you're going to use your whole arm backwards in a circle. Again, same thing here. If your shoulders are hurting and you can't go all the way up, that's fine. Just go as high as you can and then circle back around. Same thing. Good. Trying to keep your shoulders down away from your ears if you can as you're circling the arms. Good. One more. And then we're going to circle forward. That's it. So same thing here. If your arms don't go very high, don't worry, bring them lower. And of course, you don't have to do it at the same speed I am. Please feel free to do it at a speed that you're comfortable with. Good. And then we're going to bring it back to the elbows. So going forward with those circles with the elbows. Good. Let's do 2 more. Good, and then back to just the shoulders rolling forward. So we're still sitting up nice and tall, hopefully. We're not losing our height, we're not slouching to one side. Sitting nice and tall over our sit bones. One more. Good. Still sitting nice and tall. We're going to turn our head over to one shoulder to give our neck a little bit of a gentle stretch. And then back to the middle. You're going to go to the other side. So you should go as far as you can to feel a bit of a stretch, but not so far that you're going to make yourself dizzy or have any pain. And try to tuck your chin in a little bit as well, so our chins aren't out forward like so. Good. One more each side. Last one. Good. This time you're going to bring your ear to your shoulder. Your nose and face is facing forward. Just the ear to the shoulder, not shoulder to ear. Keeping those shoulders down, you should feel a stretch on the opposite side of your neck. back to the middle, and we're gonna go to the other side. Same thing, ear to shoulder, but shoulder not to ear, so shoulders down. Back to the middle. Let's go again to the other side. Just go as far as you're comfortable. You should feel a bit of a stretch or a tug on the other side of your neck. Last time, other side. Good. And now we're going to do a bit of a chin retraction. So we're going to try to make a double chin. So if I turn sideways, like this. So you're making a bit of a double chin, almost like you're tucking your chin in like that, okay? So you're going to tuck that chin in like this. Hold it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And we're gonna go again. We're tucking the chin in. So this tuck is different to a nod, right? So we're not bringing our head down. Our face is still forward, but we're just moving everything back. Holding it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Still with me? One more. Tucking the chin back in. Hold it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay. Now we're going to bring our arm forward, palm facing up. You don't have to lift your arm high. You can rest it down if you like, but I'm lifting it higher so you can see it in the camera. So palm facing up. We're going to wake up our arm. We're just going to wake up the senses in our arm by using your other hand. You're going to start at the shoulder. You're going to pat the length down your arm. Not very hard, just to wake up the skin, wake up the muscles, wake up the joints. Make sure you go all the way to the ends of the fingertips. And again, trying to get as much of the arm as you can, all the way to your palm and the ends of your fingertips and your thumb. And all the way back up. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing, flipping the hand over so the palm is facing down. And you're going to pat down the length of your arm again. Good. Just a gentle pat to wake up our arm, wake up the senses, wake up the proprioception in our arm a little bit. Good. And then you're going to switch your arms to the other side, palm facing up, same thing. Other hand, start at the shoulder. You're going to pat all the way down to the ends of your fingertips and all the way back up. Good. Just nice and gentle, not very hard. One more. Make sure you don't miss the fingertips. Good, and then we're going to flip the palm down and do the same thing, up and down 2 times. Making sure not to miss the fingertips. One more. Good. Okay, this time you're going to bring your hands to either shoulder. You're going to squeeze your arms and you're going to work your way down your arms until you're all the way at the hand. Just squeezing along the length of your arm again to just wake up those muscles, wake up those joints, wake up those nerve endings. And you're going to go all the way back up, squeezing up the length of your arm. It's almost like giving yourself a bit of a hug. And down again. Squeezing the length of the arm. All the way to the hand and the fingertips. Make sure you don't miss those. Good, and all the way back up again. Good. And we're gonna do a couple of push-pulls with our arms. We're gonna start with the hands and fist by your armpits. What you're gonna do here is you're gonna push the arms forward, spread those fingers nice and wide, really imagine you're pushing something away from you, and then you're gonna grab hold of whatever that was and pull it towards you again. Good. Again, you're pushing those arms forward, spread the fingers as wide as you can, and you're grabbing and pulling back towards you again. Pushing forward, spreading the fingers nice and wide, nice effort on the push, and then we're going to grab and pull back. Let's do one more here. You're pushing the arms forward, spreading the fingers nice and wide, and then you're going to grab and pull back towards you. We're going to do the exact same thing, but this time you're going out to the side. You can't see my arms fully, but you're spreading the hand nice and wide, and then you're pulling it back in. So same thing. You're pushing the arm out, spreading the fingers on both sides nice and wide, like you're actually pushing something away from you, and then you're pulling it back in. If you're someone with shoulders that are painful, don't worry. You can go down towards the bottom as well. So you don't have to go right out to the side. You can go down to the bottom as well. Just go wherever you're comfortable. Again, pushing out to the side, spread those fingers nice and wide, and then pulling back in. Let's do one more. Push the hands out, spread those fingers nice and wide, and then we'll pull back in and rest. Good. Okay, I'm going to come forward so we can start doing our hand exercise and you can see me a little bit better. Someone made a comment, they have Raynaud's, so patting arms, yeah, perfect, helps with your circulation. Okay, we're gonna start with one of your hands up. It doesn't matter which one, you can choose whichever one you wanna do because we'll do both anyway. Now, so everything we do in this class will be one hand and the same thing on the other side. If you're somebody who would like to concentrate only on one hand, by all means, you can try doing the exercises on just one of your hands, but you'll probably get quite tired by the end, but it's absolutely up to you. The class is what you make it. It's whatever you think would be useful for you. But for the sake of the class, I'm doing both hands. Okay. So one hand up, and so you can't see here, but I've got a table in front of me and I've got my elbow resting on the table. It's just so that way you don't have to hold your arm up with your shoulder for the entire hour because that would be quite difficult. So we're going to start with the hand up. What we're going to do, we're going to squeeze the hand into a fist, thumb on the outside. You're going to squeeze as hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to spread the fingers wide as you can. Get the fingers to be as far apart from each other as possible. Good. And then again, coming back in, thumb on the outside, make a fist squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and spread the finger nice and wide. Good. So you can see I spread my fingers so wide that the color of my hand has gone a bit white. So you want that. That's how wide you want to be spreading your fingers. Good. Again, coming back in, squeezing as hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and spreading out nice and wide. Good. From here, same hand, we're going to do our thumb and finger opposition. We're going to go index finger touching the thumb, so tips of the fingers together like that, the rest of your fingers still pointing out. And then you're going to open your hand back up. Good. Now middle finger to thumb. Try to keep the other fingers up if you can. I know mine curls a little bit too, but that's okay. The purpose is you're just trying to keep your fingers as pointed outwards as you can, so you don't want them all to come in, okay? Ring finger to thumb. Good, the rest of the fingers, you want them as high up as you can, and open back up. Good, little finger to thumb. Keep the fingers up as much as you can, and open back up. From the beginning, index finger to thumb, and open. Middle finger to thumb, and open. Ring finger to thumb. Keep all the rest of the fingers up if you can, and open. Little finger to thumb, and open. Again, index finger to thumb, open. Middle finger to thumb, open. Ring finger to thumb, open. Little finger to thumb, open. We're going to reverse it. We're going to go little finger to thumb, open. Ring finger to thumb, open. Middle finger to thumb, open. Index finger to thumb, and open. We're going to do that again from the beginning. This time you're going to go a little bit quicker. Now, if you're somebody who found that already being too quick, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to do it as quick as I'm doing it. You can do it at a rate that works for you. So don't feel like you have to rush. Do it at whatever speed you feel comfortable. But I'm going to do it a little bit quicker. And I want you to try at as quick of a speed as you can without compromising the finger movements. I don't want to see the finger movement getting in like this. That's too small. They've always got to be pointing up and out. You come in, you open back up, right? Okay, ready? Here we go. So always make sure you point those fingers back up. So you're going index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, and then reversing that with your little finger first, then your ring finger, then your middle finger. Make sure you're opening back up, and your index finger. Good, one more. So you probably noticed some of my fingers curling in too. That's fine. As long as you're trying to get the fingers up as high as you possibly can. Good, and rest. Other hand, or same hand if you would like to work on one hand only. Okay, we're going to start with our fist. So we're going to curl our hand up into a fist, thumb on the outside. Squeeze as hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and open the hand back up, spreading those fingers as wide as you can, so much so that your skin goes a little bit pale. And again, squeezing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and open nice and wide. Again, squeezing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and open nice and wide. Again, squeezing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and open nice and wide, spreading those fingers. Good. Okay, now we're going to do our finger and thumb opposition. So you're going to go index finger, so the tip of your index finger to the tip of your thumb. The rest of the fingers stay up nice and tall. And you're going to open the hand back up. And then we're going to go middle finger to tip of the tongue. Did I say tongue or thumb? Thumb. Middle finger to the thumb. And then you're going to open back up. And then ring finger to your thumb. Good. Try to keep the other fingers up if you can. And you're going to open them back up. Good. Now little finger, same thing. Try to keep the rest of your fingers pointing up if you can. And open. From the beginning again, index finger. That's it. And open. Middle finger. Try to keep the other fingers up if you can. Ring finger. Little finger. And we're going to reverse it. We go little finger first. Make sure you open back up. Ring finger. Open back up. Middle finger. Open back up. Index finger. Open back up. Now a little bit quicker from the beginning. Make sure to open back up each time, but you can do this at your own pace. Good. If you wanted to do this even quicker, you can be my guest. I'm going to stay at this pace though, so you can see. Just making sure you're opening back up fully each time, right? So we're not curling all the fingers in, but we're always coming back to this open position. Good. And rest for a second. Okay, so in your handouts, you'll see a little sign language alphabet chart. We're going to try to do this now with both of our hands. So we'll do one hand at a time. Now, I am, of course, by no means fluent or anything in sign language, but I just thought this is a really good exercise because some of these things that you're doing with your finger requires a bit of thinking and a little bit of dexterity. So we're going to practice this together. If you don't see the handout, don't worry, you can just follow along with what I'm doing, okay? So I'm gonna start with this hand. I'm just gonna move the screen over. Okay. Okay, so start with the hand. Hopefully you guys can all see this. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna start with A, which looks like this. So you're curling all of your, or not curling, but you're folding your fingers in. They're relatively long. Your thumb is in like so. Good. B, you're opening your hand, fingers together, thumb coming in. C, which looks like that. Yeah, good. D. Good. E. So your fingers curl in, your thumb curls at the bottom as well. F. G. So your fingers curl in, the index and thumb come out. Good. H. The middle finger comes out, the rest stays the same. I. Your little finger comes up. J, you're just making a little hook shape. So same thing, same movement with the eye, but the wrist coming down. K, so you're opening the two fingers here and you're putting your thumb in between. Oh, I'll move my hand up so you can see. L. Good. M, so you make a fist with the thumb on the inside. N, same with the fist, but your thumb comes out here where the middle finger and the ring finger are. O. P, okay, I always get mixed up with P. There we go, P. So you're curling your last two fingers in, the other, your index and middle come out. Q. That's it, you got it. R. S, thumb on the outside. T, thumb in between the index finger and the middle finger. U, with the fingers together. V, with the fingers apart. W. X, a little hook. You can tell I'm obviously horrible at this as well. Y. Good. So make sure the fingers are in, the other, your thumb and your little finger are up. Good. And then the Z, which looks like you're going with just your little finger, and rest. And we'll try the other side as well. So I know this is a bit of a strange one, but the reason this alphabet is really, really good for your hand to go over is because it's a lot of thinking involved for where you want to put your fingers and how you want to form the shapes of your hands. So it's a really good dexterity one. We're going to try on the other side. So if there's anyone out there who is fluent in American Sign Language and you think I'm doing it wrong, let me know. Okay, let's try with the other hand. So let me just make sure you can see me. Okay, so we're going to start with A. Go like this. There you go. Okay, we're going to do B. C. D. E. F. G. H. So like that. I. J. K. Thumb in between. L. M. Thumb on the inside. N. Thumb in between your middle finger and your ring finger. O. P. So like this, except down. Q. R. S. Thumb on the outside. T. U with the fingers together. V with the fingers apart. W, that's 3 fingers up. X with the little hook. Y. And a Z. Good. How did that go for everyone? I do find that quite difficult for myself as well, just because there's lots to think about in terms of your dexterity and being able to change the shape of your hand to lots of different things that you wouldn't normally do. So that's quite a good one. It is in handouts if anyone wants to try them at home. Okay, now we're going to grab our little kitchen towel or tea towel, and we're going to hold on to the corner of your towel. Okay, always start with the corner, and you're going to hold on to the corner with your index finger and your thumb, like so. From here, you're going to keep your hand up, and you're going to use your fingers, and you're going to scrunch the towel up into a ball as small as you can possibly make this. As small as a ball as you can. And when you can't make it any smaller, then you shake it back out and you do it again from the beginning. So doing it without anything supporting your hand is, of course, a lot more difficult. If you were to do it against your shirt, that's a lot easier, or against the table, that's a lot easier. But if you want a challenge, try to do it without your hand touching anything. So you're not trying to go as quick as you can. You're just trying to scrunch up the towel as much as you can, as small of a ball as you can. And then when you can't do any more, shake it back out and we start again from the corner. Really using those fingers to pull the little towel in. Make sure you're using your thumb and your fingers, right? Try to keep your palm facing down. Don't let it turn up, because doing it this way is a lot easier because gravity is assisting putting everything in your hand, and we want to try to avoid doing this as well. See if you can just keep your palm down and do it this way. So this one is the hardest one, but of course, if you need to turn your hand, that's fine as well. Let's do one more. And then when you're done with that one, you're going to switch hands. Same thing, holding the corner of the towel with your index finger and your thumb, palm facing down, and you're going to try to pull the towel into as small of a ball as you can possibly make it. And then when you can't go anymore, shake it out and hold on to the corner again. This one is harder than it looks. It looks simple, but when you're actually doing it, it's pretty difficult. So remember, this is not about how fast you can do this. We're more looking for the fingers and thumb all moving and coordinating to try to pull this towel into a ball. Good. One more on this side. And let it drop back out. Okay, next one, I'm going to move back a tiny bit. Still using your towel, you're going to roll it into a small ball with both of your hands this time. And then what you're going to do here is you're going to throw this little towel ball up in the air, and you're going to catch with one hand. Okay, so you're going to throw with both hands. You're going to catch with one hand, palm facing down. So you're catching it, downward movement. Okay, so we're not grabbing it this way. We're not going across the side. We're catching down, palm down this way. Okay, so we're throwing it, catch, palm facing down. Back into a ball. Same thing on the other side. Throw, catch, hand facing down. Good. Back to a ball with the towel. Throw with both hands, catch with one hand, palm facing down. Bring the towel into a ball again. Throw with both hands, catch with one hand, palm facing down. Okay, again. So make sure you're catching downwards, right? That's the direction we're doing first. Okay, both hands throwing, one hand catching down. Good. I know this one's also quite tough because catching down is very difficult to coordinate, but keep trying. Throwing with both hands, catching with one. Let's try one more on each side. So make the towel into a ball, both hands throwing, one hand catching, palm facing down. Good. Last one on the other side. Throw, catch on the way down. Good. Now we're going to catch sideways like this, okay? So we're going to throw with both hands, catch sideways, okay? And then same thing on the other side. Throw with both hands, catch sideways. Make sure to really put the towel into a ball shape before you throw it. Throwing with both hands, catch sideways. Again, throw with both hands, catch sideways. You'll probably find one side is a lot easier than the other, and that's absolutely fine. Just keep trying. Really imagine, so really think about the sideways catching. So I don't want to see any of this or this or this. We want one hand sideways catching. Good. Let's do one more each side. One more last time the other side. Good. Okay. This time a little bit of a challenge. We're going to roll the towel up into a ball, hold it in one hand, and you're going to throw and catch with the same hand. And you can catch it in any way you would like. Roll it into a ball. You're going to throw, catch with one hand. So throwing and catching with the same hand. Good. Make sure you ball the towel back up in between. So you should only be doing this on one hand for the moment. And when you're ready, you're going to use that same hand. You're going to try to catch downward. So you're going to throw with the same hand, catch downward, palm facing down with the same hand. Okay. Again, throw with one hand, catch palm facing down, catching downwards. And if you'd like to try, you can try catching sideways. So throwing with the same hand, catching sideways as well. And then balling the towel back up. Throw with the same hand as the hand you're catching, catch sideways. Good. Let's try the other hand, same thing. So use both hands to curl the towel up into a ball. Hold it with one hand. You're going to throw and catch with the same hand in whatever way you like. Doesn't matter how you catch it. Just practicing this hand-eye coordination. And the fingers dexterity to be able to open and close around the object. So same hand throwing, same hand catching in whatever way you'd like. One more. Good. Same thing. This time, the hand that you're throwing, you're also catching, but on the way down. Palm down. So like this, you're catching downwards. And then balling it back up with a towel. Same hand, throw and catch, palm facing down. Probably find one hand is more difficult than the other, and that's absolutely fine. Keep working on it. Good. When you're ready, same thing, except this time you're going to throw and catch sideways. So same hand, throwing and catching, except this time when you catch, you're going sideways. Good. Let's try a couple more. Oh, you probably saw my last one was a little bit of a cheat. I didn't really catch it sideways. One more. Good. Okay. You're going to place the towel back down. Okay. This time we're going to use our pillow. Okay, so what you're going to do here is we're going to throw and catch with the pillow as well. This one might be a bit easier because it's a slightly bigger object, but I guess it also depends on the fabric of your pillow and the shape of your pillow. We're going to use both hands. You're going to throw up into the air as high as you can. You're going to throw up into the air as high as you can and catch with both hands. Okay, so almost like you're trying to bring it towards the ceiling. You want to try to touch the ceiling with the towel, or not towel, the pillow. Whoops. So you're throwing with both hands, catching with both hands. That's it. Okay, one more. This time you're going to throw with your left hand and catch with your right. So you're still trying to throw towards the ceiling, but you're catching with your right hand. Good. Let's do two more. Good. Other side. Throwing with your right hand, catching with your left. You might find one hand is more difficult to catch with, and that's absolutely fine. My left hand is definitely my worst one as well to do the catching. So really try to throw the pillow up as high as you can as well. So I know sometimes when we're a bit worried about catching, we tend to throw a little bit lower, but try to imagine you're trying to get the pillow up towards the ceiling. Let's do one more. Good. And you can put the pillow aside. Okay. Now we're going to bring our arms forward in front of us, and we're going to bring our elbows wide and squeeze our shoulder blades together. So here, squeezing the shoulder blades. These two, squeezing the shoulder blades together, elbows as far back as you can, and then bring your arms forward again. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Elbows back, squeezing the shoulders together as hard as you can, and forward. If you can't bring your arms that high, bring them lower. That's absolutely fine. Elbows together, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and forward. Good. Let's do two more. Squeeze the elbows back and forward. Good. One more. Squeezing the elbows back, shoulder blades together, forward, and rest the arms. We're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears as high as we can, squeezing those shoulder muscles as hard as we can to bring them up as far as possible. And then we're going to drop them back down. Again, bring the shoulders up to the ears as high as you can and drop them back down. One more. Bring the shoulders up to the ears as high as you can and drop them back down. We're going to bring our hands and elbows together if you can into a prayer position. Hands stay together, elbows go out to the side, shoulders down. You're going to bring your prayer hands into your chest. Imagine I've glued it to your breastbone so you can't move it away. It's glued and stuck there. And you're going to turn your upper body by thinking about your breastbone leading the movement, twisting to one side. Good, back to the middle. Other side, shoulders down, hands into breastbone turning to the side. Good, one more time each side. Sitting up tall, stretching, twisting, rotating through that spine. Good, last time other side. Good. This time, we're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to cross the arms by your hips, almost like you're about to take a t-shirt off, crossing the arms up overhead, and open. Crossing the arms, and open. If you can't bring your shoulders that high, don't worry. Cross, open, forward. One more. Good. Hands in together like this. You're going to, so I'm going to turn sideways to show you, hands in like this. You're going to keep the fingers long, open the hand nice and wide, and bring them back in. Opening the hand nice and wide, bring them back in. Making sure your palm and fingers are all together, so you're not lifting them off, right? Okay, one more. And together. Okay, this time, you're going to keep the fingertips together, but you're going to dome the inside of your hand. So think about a gush of wind on the inside of your hand, pulling them apart, but all the fingers stay together, and then they come back together. Fingertips together, palm away from each other, and bring them back in. Two more. Fingertips together, palm away from each other, and back in. Last one. Fingertips together, palm away from each other, together, and rest. You can shake out your hands, shake out your arms. Good. Well done, everybody. How did that feel? Third class. So next week is going to be our final class, week 4, and we'll be adding on a little bit to some of the things that we did today, but you'll mostly see some of the exercise that we did from week 1 and 2 also being brought back. So last time you were given a handout, or there was a handout uploaded to the webinar platform with some of the exercises we've done today. And today you'll have that new handout with the American Sign Language for you to practice at home in terms of your dexterity. So definitely keep trying them, keep practicing. Dexterity is a little bit of a difficult one to rehab because it takes practice in order for it to get better. So you have to be doing it every single day, trying your best to do as many things as you can. If you're finding things like buttons, zippers and things like that difficult, the best thing to do is literally to keep doing it, even though it might feel slow and it might just feel really tedious, but keep trying, keep doing the activities that you can't do with your hand, and eventually it'll feel a little bit easier. So I see a question here that says link for recording. Yeah, so the recording needs to be exported from the webinar page, and then we'll upload it to the website and YouTube, the YouTube channel. So it won't be out until about a week after the entire series ends. So next Thursday is our final class, and then the week after that we'll be uploading, or the links will be uploaded. So keep checking back on our website or on our YouTube channel, which is Parkinson Society BC, or you can email us as well, and we can always send you the link once they are out. Great. Thank you guys so much. I'm not sure whether anybody has any questions. Oh, someone says, I didn't receive any handouts from last week. Okay. So the person who said that, guest 537, you said you haven't received any handouts from last week. If you can write down your email, or you can send me an email, I can send that to you. So I've just typed here. My email here, it's syu@parkinson.bc.ca. So I will write it down in the general chat box as well. So if you did not receive the handout from last time and you would like it, or you'd like me to send you the handout for this week as well, please send me an email at this email address here, syu@parkinson.bc.ca, and I will be happy to email it to you. Great. Okay. Well, excellent. Thank you everybody so much for joining us. And I look forward to seeing you all for the next, and well, I guess the final class next week. Thank you, everyone. Feel free to email me if you have more questions.